Here's a bit that you can steal that I think is hilarious, okay? You do this when a friend is confiding in you something like not too serious, okay? Like their boss is just being a jerk or they're stressed about how many errands they have the next day, something like that, okay? And then you hit them with this. You say, like, that reminds me of a story. And then you tell them like some sort of parable, all right? I'm gonna list off a couple for you here because I have these stored in my brain like a crow picks up shiny things. That's how I pick up a parable and I set it on my brain shelf. Here's one. It's like, a boy's walking down the beach and he sees all these beached starfish. And one by one, he starts throwing them back into the ocean. And this old man comes over and he goes, "There's too many of them. You're never going to make a difference." And the little boy picks up one more starfish and he throws it into the ocean. And he says, "To that one I did." Now, you would tell that parable to a friend who's like, "I have so many," or like, he's like, "My boss is really annoying." And you tell that and then you say, "Now that doesn't make sense right here, but I just want you to think about it." To me, this is hilarious. Now, let's say that you have a friend who is stressed about all the errands that they have to run the next day. You say this. You say, there's an ancient story that inside all of us there are two wolves. And there's a good wolf and a bad wolf. And at some point, they have to fight. And you might wonder, well, which wolf will win? And the answer is whichever one you feed. And you say, "Now that doesn't make sense here." Okay, you're starting to get it. Here's another one. Here's another parable. Every day a man would go to a fountain and he would pray to the fountain. It was supposed to be a good luck fountain. He would pray, "Please let me win the lottery. Please let me win the lottery." And he does this every day. He never wins the lottery. And one day the statue gets fed up and it turns to him and it says, "My son, buy a ticket." Okay, I've got like a billion of these in my brain. But the bit is that you tell them one that is not applicable to their situation at all. And then you just like walk away. And like, to me, this is hilarious. I used to do it all the time. And if you have a parable that we could all use, please drop it in the comments, okay?